Hi, this is Michael. I had a quick question about Form 8606, IRS Form 8606, non-deductible IRA contributions. I have been doing my taxes on TurboTax for, almost a decade now. And unfortunately, that 8606 form was never triggered on TurboTax, and now I'm learning about it, so I haven't filed it at all. My records go back to maybe 2015, 2016. I'm looking at them for non-deductible contributions. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to remedy this with IRS. I've heard mixed things, whether or not I do need to do amended returns or I can just submit the Form 8606. I've had no distributions. I've had no conversions to Roth or anything. It's just straight up recording of non-deductible contributions to my IRA for, let's say, the past 5 years or so. Any assistance would be greatly appreciated. Thanks.
Well, that's a bummer. Here's the deal. You want to get credit for your 5 years or whatever of contributions, but you can actually only go back and amend your tax returns for the last 3 years. So what I would do is I would go back and refile my 2018, 2019, 2020 taxes. That's a 1040X. The main part you got to fill out there is part 3, where you explain why you're filing a 1040X. It's just a paragraph explanation, and include a Form 8606 with each of those. In the first one, I would add the basis in there from all the contributions you've made that are non-deductible. If it's $5,000 a year for 3 years, maybe on that 2017 one or that 2018 one, you put $15,000 as your basis. Keep careful records of your basis. So if you get audited on that point, you can actually prove that that is your basis. But I think you can fill that first one out with your full basis. And then when you fill out your 2019, obviously your basis will go up, 5,000 or 6,000 or whatever you put in there. And then 2020, same thing. Now, what are you going to do with all that? Well, I presume you're going to convert it at some point. So you probably ought to convert that in 2021. And of course, add 2021's contribution to it before you do that. And then when you report your 2021 8606 next year, which you want to be sure to do, of course, you not only report the contribution for 2021, but also the conversion of all that money. Now, you're going to owe taxes, obviously, on any earnings you have from those non-deductible contributions. You'll owe taxes on that in the year you convert them, so that'll be 2021. But you won't owe taxes on just the contributions. If you never got a deduction for them, you shouldn't pay taxes on those conversions. You just need to be able to, if they audit you, you need to be able to prove that that really is your basis. But as far as filling out the tax forms, I would go back 3 years and file amended returns, and then go from there. And I would bet that you don't end up with an audit on this point. It's just not that complicated, and it's pretty easy to do it right. If you're unsure how to do it, maybe you hire an accountant to help you file these 1040Xs, even if you want to continue doing your taxes yourself going forward. If you want your questions answered by the White Coat Investor, record your question at whitecoatinvestor.com/YQA or click the link in the description.
My dad, your host, Dr. Dahl, is a practicing emergency physician, blogger, author, and podcaster. He is not a licensed accountant, attorney, or financial advisor, so this podcast is for your entertainment and information only and should not be considered official, personalized financial advice.